Mark, listen, I don't want to alarm you, but in case you don't know, next week is Thanksgiving.
Sure is.
Do you have feelings about Thanksgiving? Like, as a holiday?
I like Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Like, as a way station to Christmas, or like in and of its own?
I mean, I like it in and of its own. I have no problem, unlike some people on our staff.
Barry.
Who feel very strongly about not having Christmas stuff out already.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But I like Thanksgiving. I have good memories of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I like the food.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I think it's a worthy holiday. I know not all agree with that. My wife is one of those.
Really? Oh my gosh. Dr. Kimbrough bringing it in with the controversy.
Yeah.
She's not here for her Thanksgiving? Wow, I have so many questions. I'm about to follow up.
You can talk with her about it.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. I do think it's weird that it's like a whole... I don't think it was intended to be this way, but it feels like it's just like about food and then now shopping.
Yeah, the whole like Black Friday side of things.
Yeah. Like, that's weird. But...
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not... Listen, everybody has their own like kind of Thanksgiving-y traditions. Mm-hmm. And I love that.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Thanksgiving food?
Ooh. I'm a big pecan pie fan. I like it. Generally, any mac and cheese.
Well, okay. I didn't see that coming, actually. I don't know why.
Yeah. Let me see.
We were not mac and cheese people, by the way. Like, I did not know that other people were having mac and cheese with their Thanksgiving meals until, like, very recently.
Huh. My brother-in-law, shout out to Jordan Morris.
Okay.
Go find him on Spotify.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, he's got some music.
That's awesome.
One year, he brought these pretzels that he, like, had mixed up and put some spice on them.
That sounds
And,
good.
like, my first reaction was like, well, that's kind of funny. It's a little weird. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, try them. And I ate them, and they're like so delicious. And I look for, and I like anyone could make them. He's given me the recipe, and I've made them. But I always look forward to eating his spiced pretzels.
How weird and how lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a huge turkey person, so I would only like eat turkey really just because it's Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. But I am here for a cranberry. The only kind I don't like is the kind out of the can. What is that? What
like the like gelatin version of it?
Like, that people just like slice. And like I know it's kind of like a thing that it's kind of like Diet Coke. Like if you love it, you really love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
I do prefer like a
cranberry.
Yeah, an actual cranberry.
Yeah.
In there.
Steven makes like a pretty good like cranberry and orange like compote, I think is the fancy word for it.
Yeah.
But my grandmother used to make this like cranberry sort of Jello salad thing. It's
you
really
lost
just
me
Jello.
at Jello salad, but
it's not really
keep going.
It's not really a salad at all. It's just Jello, but it has like apples and pecans, I think. And it's supposed to have celery, but I hate celery, like a lot.
Like in every form of it, huh?
I hate, celery, I don't know if you know this, but celery actually takes more calories to burn than what you get from eating it, from its nutritional value.
Yeah. Aren't grapes the same way?
Oh my God, I hope not, because this like enrages me. What is the point of eating it then? The point of food is supposed to be to give you energy in the form of calories. Like that is what the whole point of food is, to keep you alive. If it costs me more, why am I going into calorie debt to eat this water log? Like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I get really mad.
So you're not a fan of the ants on the log, which probably no longer is like that because you're putting peanut butter and raisins.
Right. I guess if you put stuff on it, but also like, I know that it's important in things. Like I think it's because it's part of like what the Cajun like Holy Trinity, right? Of like,
I don't know the answer to that.
Oh yeah, I think it's like celery, carrots, and onions. I think.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
But like, I think that like it's in dressing or stuffing.
Yeah.
Usually. Yeah. And so I'll put it in things sometimes, but
Yeah.
it irritates me.
Can we give one more shout out?
Yeah.
A good roll.
Okay. Oh, heck yes.
Yes.
Which, like, you can buy, like, good frozen rolls. Let's be so for real. You do not have to. Like, even just, like, Hawaiian sweet rolls.
I know.
Delish.
Just a good roll.
But my great-grandmother used to make these things called angel biscuits. And sometimes I'll make that because the dough can sit in the fridge for a few days. And they're so good.
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
An angel biscuit.
Yeah.
Are they particularly fluffy?
They're pretty small. They're usually pretty small, and they're pretty fluffy.
I'm ready for Thanksgiving.
I know, right?
Lunch right now.
I mean, it's funny that, like,
we're recording this right before lunch, so like
starving. These, like, traditions we have in our families and things that we love or things that we don't do, or some people like love the mac and cheese, which I'd never had mac and cheese as part of Thanksgiving till last year. I just think it's interesting.
What about deviled eggs?
Oh,
is that too Easter for you, or are you still here for it at Thanksgiving?
I mean, I don't normally make them for Thanksgiving, but I would eat a deviled egg anytime I saw one. Sure.
Yeah.
I love deviled eggs.
Yeah. They show up.
Which is like, that makes no sense. It's like an egg filled with mayonnaise and like mustard and stuff.
Yeah.
And somehow it's like, when you think about it, it's like.
Yeah, don't tell me how the sausage is made.
Yeah, just give me the delicious deviled egg. Yes, that's correct. I mean, all of these, like, traditions, they make up, they tell a story about our families and things. Like, when I'm talking about the food, I'm talking about people who, make this, or even, like, one of the traditions in our family now is, like, my grandmother had this, like, platter that she always used. Oh, yeah. And I think it was just because, like, it was themey. I don't think there was anything to her that was special about it. Yeah. But now, like, I always use it. Yeah. At Thanksgiving because it was hers. Yeah. And it does become this, like, part of the story that we're telling, without really meaning to, right? Sure. And that's how I'm tying in Thanksgiving.
I like it.
To our sermon on Sunday. Yeah, because we talked about the power of witness and the way we embody that witness in the world. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm Becca. I'm the pastor of Family Ministries at Katy First.
I'm Mark. I'm the senior pastor at Katy First.
Welcome to the Katy First Family Podcast. Where we offer ideas, inspiration.
Gobble, 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 gobble. I feel like
and nonsense to help you and your family grow as joyful disciples of Jesus Christ. Today, we're wrapping up our Thrive Worship series with a conversation about the power of witness. Okay, first thing we have to do.
First things first.
First things first. I'm the greatest. Sorry.
I'm the realist.
Is that what it says first?
I think it's I'm the realist.
No, that might be true.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, it is.
Okay.
You're right. Now I'm saying it in my head. We have to define witness.
Sure.
Because it's a weird, like you even said it in your sermon, it's a weird churchy word. Yeah. And in particular, how we mean it in church is different. Yeah. Or how we'll use it. Yeah. So what's witness?
Sure. And to be fair, I think you could probably define it a couple of ways.
That was the most Methodist answer ever. Yeah, right. We can all find a way to define this together. Well, sorry, keep going.
But the first definition I gave in the sermon was that your witness or a witness is that you are the evidence of something that someone else has not yet seen or experienced. Mm-hmm. Is a witness. You give credence to that. So you tell a story of something that happened to others know that it was a thing. You're a witness of something, and by your witness, others come to experience or come to know about this thing that they themselves weren't there for. Yeah. And but then we I kept sort of broadening that out a little bit more and a little bit more. Mm-hmm. That our witness is just part of really the story that our life tells about what we believe, mm-hmm. about what's most important to us. Mm-hmm. And so it's not just something that we like actively choose. I'm going to go witness, but rather what is your witness to the world by how you live and what you do and all that sort of stuff. So try to kind of normalize it from this activity that we do sometimes to this thing about what our life is telling other people.
You talk about that. We talk about that as a church frequently, about how our faith is not just a set of things that we believe, it's a way of life that we live.
Yeah.
And that is our witness, is how we're living.
Yeah.
Because you talked about that quite a bit with embodied witness.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like embodied is another one of those things. It's like a weird churchy thing.
Yeah.
I actually, the other day, I was having a conversation with my mom, who's, I think this is okay to say because it's just facts. She's in her 60s. And I said something to my mom about how something about having to check in with my body and see how I was feeling about blah, 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 which I have like gotten so used to that kind of language. And my mom was like, what does that mean? Like she was so weirded out by my hippie language.
Yeah. You weirdo.
I know.
Millennial.
I know. But I think that like it is important because I definitely grew up with this idea of faith being a task that we do.
Yeah.
Like I do. I mean, even the way we talk about it sometimes with like the idea of like a practice, a faith practice, feels like it's things you do that are somehow separate from your identity. Like they may make up your identity, but it's not like one, you do them anyway. Yeah. Right. And maybe it's off of a checklist or whatever, but you're saying that actually embodied witness is just about how you're living is telling this story. Yeah. And you're hopefully it's the way that God is at work in you that is informing that witness. Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember when witness got added to the vows? Because it wasn't in there when we were growing up.
I actually just looked this up. I think it was in the early 90s.
No.
Was it not?
It had to have been later. I don't remember saying this as a kid. Because
I don't remember saying any of these as a kid, but that was probably just my local church.
I definitely remember it was, and here's how I know it changed at some point, or when it had to have happened. I graduated from high school in 2003. Somewhere between 2003 and 2009, it got added. It had to have been. Oh, really? Okay. Because either that or my little church, well, my church wasn't that little, but they just never added it, maybe? Yeah. Because, it wasn't until when I was older and went back to church that it was like, oh, we're not done? There's another word? Yeah. Because it used to just be prayers, presence, gifts, and service. Yeah. And then witness got added. And I think that makes so much sense. Mm-hmm. Really, all of those first things feed into this idea of witness. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was funny. I had some folks, and they know who they are, after the service were like, I was a little worried when you used the word witness. Why? Just because previous experiences at Witness had been sort of like heavy-handed evangelism type of stuff. And I think that reframing of it in this kind of this way of just becoming aware of how our life is telling people who we are and to a certain degree what we believe and value. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, I think that is part of what I'm glad why Witness was added into this, because it makes true it was already happening. It just puts a word to it, a name to it. And even though for many of us that word feels very churchy, and even in a lot of churches it has a particular smaller meaning, it's worth, I think, reclaiming it, because it is a word that, it's what Jesus says in the Ascension, that you'll be my witnesses. And I think leaning into that language, because that's what Jesus invites us to, is to a witnessing with our life. And so I think it's a powerful word that
grounded in our scriptures, tells us part of the purpose of how we live our life. Mm-hmm. So I think it's worth saying, let's keep the churchy word mm-hmm. and give some language around it so mm-hmm. that it has meaning.
I think that makes so much sense. So I just Googled it. I wasn't just being rude and ignoring you. I wasn't trying to ignore you at all. It was added in 2000 at the General Conference of 2008 and took place in 2009. I feel so.
There you go.
I'm actually, but honestly, what I'm partly proud of is my church growing up, that we said that enough that like there's a lot of things like that, which actually is part of their witness to me as a kid. Yeah. The fact that we used the liturgy for some things, or for instance, like the Apostles' Creed. I remember when I was first going to do like candidacy for like to become a pastor. There's some questions you have to like write a little paper and submit it to the district committee on ordained ministry, and they asked me what I believed, and I was like, how am I supposed to articulate this? And I think I wrote the Apostles' Creed. And then they thought I was being like...
snarky?
Yeah. And so then they asked me about it. And I was like, no, like, I'm sorry. They tried to call me on it in the little interview. And I was like, no. It's just like as I was thinking about it, that's just what came to me. I don't remember ever as a kid intentionally memorizing like the Apostles' Creed. Yeah. Or intentionally memorizing the Lord's Prayer. Not that I think it's bad to be intentional about that. Yeah. Or some hymns. Some hymns I do remember we got prizes in kids choir if we memorized the first and last verse.
Oh, really?
And I like gold stars, so I did that. But like, I think that that's why like liturgy can sometimes be so forming. It's definitely part of our witness. Yeah. Because it informs us and becomes part of our of our story. Yeah. It's weird. Like this is such a weird. Like I've really enjoyed the worship service. I've really enjoyed this whole series. Yeah. And it has really made me reflective of who our church is. Like what is the story that we're telling mm-hmm. at Katy First? Mm-hmm. And I think we should individually, like you said, reflect on ourselves and what's the story I am telling. Yeah. But as a church, you said it should matter that we exist. Yeah. And I was just, I don't know if this is an okay story to tell or not, but there was a church that Stephen was serving when we were engaged. So I was serving in a para-church ministry, so I wasn't in a worship service of my own on Sunday mornings. So I would go with him, and he had like a 2-church circuit. And one of these churches was this tiny, tiny church that really was just like one family that had like, lots of branches. Yeah. And it was in a tiny church building that was like in the middle of their property, right? Yeah. And at one point that had been, a bigger deal, but rural communities have shifted, right? And I just remember like they were lovely people and we loved going there. But it was also like, I remember they decided not to pay the insurance on the building, like the church building, because their thought was if the building burned down, they'd probably just not go anymore. Yeah. And I just thought, oh man, like that's not a great story to be telling. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And like, listen, stories change. I have no idea what that church is doing now, and I hope only for the best. I'm not trying to knock them. Yeah. But I do think we have a responsibility as looking for these markers to go, hey, does it matter that our church takes up real estate in this town? Yeah. Would anybody notice if we weren't here? Yeah. And I think the answer is yes, for sure. Uh-huh. As a church and our members who are wildly involved in the community. But yeah, I think I'm so curious. Like, I'd love to know. I have my version of the story I think we're telling as a church. Yeah. I'd love to know more people's. Yeah. Do you get a lot of do people talk to you about?
A little bit. I know you weren't able to be there, but at Charge Conference.
Because I was working, Mark.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to be clear.
Out at the bar, just chilling. And
I cannot believe you just said that. I just kicked back or I was hanging out with our elementary age students. One of those things is true.
But she had us ask a question about, I can't remember exactly what she said. Why it was kind of basically why United Methodist, or what makes us unique, or what's our story, something like that. Mm-hmm. And it was beautiful to hear some of those stories. And one of our adults spoke about it and got emotional, being able to say how powerful it is that the United Methodist Church is such a place of inclusion and acceptance. And I think that's a big story that many feel and are proud of. So I hear that a lot.
Yeah, I think that's great. I feel like there's so much I'm trying to think of like just the right word, so forgive the pause here, but I think that there's just so much really beautiful, lovely effort. It's not that every day the story we tell is one of perfection.
Yeah.
But it is of intentionally trying to do right.
Yeah.
If we make a mistake, and we do.
Yeah.
It wasn't because we didn't care.
Yeah.
Or we just sloughed it off. Doing the best you can.
Yeah.
And I do think that there's so much more we wish we could do.
Yeah.
But I feel like even that prompting is such a beautiful marker of a thriving church, to go, there's more that God is calling us to.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm not trying to be super weird about this. This feels like a weird pastory, churchy thing to say, but that's part of why we're doing this capacity campaign, because we want to increase our capacity to meet the more that God is calling us to.
Yeah.
I did not intentionally set that up, just to be clear. It just sort of worked.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because this capacity campaign is kind of a big deal.
It is a big deal. Yeah, absolutely. And it's not just more for more sake either,
No. Like real needs that we want to work
It's real
towards.
needs, but it's also a real belief of like, we believe in this community, and we believe in the potential, and this isn't to be arrogant, but we believe in the potential of ourselves.
Yeah. I love that.
And we want to be able to continue, just as anything, to continue to grow our ability, because growing things are living things. Living things thrive. The moment we stop trying to grow.
Yeah. And it's like, but it's not arrogant, because it's not like we think we're doing it.
Yes, exactly.
It's all God's grace. It's all God's work.
Yeah.
I just feel so honored constantly to have been invited by God, by y'all, by this community, to be a part of what's happening here.
Yeah.
It's such a precious gift.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
I think too, I was thinking about this in like terms of family. I was thinking about like, does it matter? This sounds so weird. Of course it matters that your family exists. That's not what I mean.
Right.
But I was thinking about like, when we think about like I don't know if you do this. I am very aware that when I am, God willing, 80 years old, I will look back on this time in my life as a uniquely blessed season, and I don't want to miss it now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And so like I as we're approaching like what is always kind of a hectic but beautiful season from Thanksgiving through Epiphany, I'm just very aware of like also trying to be really present and do things that matter.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to fill my time
Yeah.
just because I can.
Yeah.
Because of course I can. But I asked somebody the other day if they could do something for me, and they told me no. And that never happens around here, first of all.
Yeah.
And second of all, it was such an honest, respectful boundary no.
Yeah.
Hey, I already have this much going on. I really want to dedicate my time to it. I'd love to do that. I am the right person to ask, except I can't do it right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, 100%, totally respect that. And it worked out fine and perfect and beautiful. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
But as we're entering this, like stewarding our time so that we can really soak in the good stuff.
Yeah.
I think is important.
It's the way you're talking about it makes me think of how like like compassion. There's like an I don't know if it's an irony or even a paradox. Like compassion also needs good boundaries because it allows you to be, I think, a better compassion for yourself, one another. The same thing with stewardship.
Yeah.
It needs to both recognize both an abundant enoughness.
Yeah.
And a limitedness. But this moment is limited. This resource is not mine forever.
Yeah.
And so like this idea of stewardship is this awareness of what I have, whether it be a resource or a season of life or anything. I steward it because I recognize in some sense it won't always be here. And so I want to make the most of caring for this the best I can in this moment. Yeah. And so like there's that kind of like duality of both the recognition of the limitedness and the non-ownership and the abundance and the generosity and the you have what you need and don't worry, and like holding those together is such a like it's a powerful thing, I think, when it lines up.
I like that you use that with compassion. I think one of the things I've sort of accidentally discovered as I've gotten older is that like I used to sort of like I don't know, like get real like tight and tough and try to like white knuckle through especially like big things. Like I would have this expectation of what it should be like or feel like or what I should be like or in those circles in those moments in that season, whatever. And so it was always just like, okay, I've got to do this and this and this and it needs to do, trying to generate it. Instead, a softness into that season of there might be a lot of movement and a lot of activity, but it's about one of the things I actually wrote in from my own notes in your sermon was a learning to release the outcome because I'm focusing on being present in the moment. That was part of an embodied witness. Yeah. Like I'm not worried about how it turns out because I'm just doing this right now.
Yeah. That's right.
And I was like, I think that's so helpful.
Good. Yeah, I like that.
I have a really hard time with that still, though, sometimes. Especially on like Christmas morning. I want it to be... Yeah. It is not going to be like that. We have a double PK kid. Like, be so for real. Steven doesn't get home till like 1 a.m.
Double preacher's kid for the people at home.
Yeah. Like, he doesn't get home till like 1 a.m. And it's not like he's a super happy morning person anyway. Although he'll be thrilled to jump up for, Christmas morning. But like, we're not doing a big hootenanny Christmas Day. Yeah. We're recovering.
Yeah, right.
And so like, we've made some rules even about that. Like we don't travel Christmas Day. Yeah. We're going to stay home and just take a beat. Yeah. And so if people want to come to us, that's fine. Yeah. But also you'll just eat what we have. Like I'm not necessarily going to do a big meal unless I decide I want to. Yeah. And like, but it's been so nice. Yeah. I just hope that like in our everyday life, not just in the holidays. Yeah. Learning a softness so that we can be a little bit porous to like soak things in. Yeah. And that then also so that comes back out of us. Yeah. What a gift that could be for everybody. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Can I say one more thing?
Please.
It's on here.
Yeah. What did I not say?
No. We talked about it, but something connected for me while we were talking about this idea of witnesses embodying or the story that you tell. Another very churchy word for this is sacrament, and it's to see your life sacramentally.
I love that.
So like, just as there's water that tells us of this grace, you can't see it, but we know it's true. Mm-hmm. And then when we do a baptism, we retell this story of how God's used water and healing and saving us, and so this outward sign becomes the thing that points you to something that's inward and invisible, but still just as real and true. Mm-hmm. Bread and wine and sacrament. And then now we see our own life sacramentally as like, hey, the way we live, what we do, it's an outward sign to the world of something that we believe is deeply true of God's love for all people. And I think that doesn't have to be like you carry the weight of your of the shoulders. It's like you said, it's
not
actually that releases you just to be, just to be, and let that be enough, and let that grace just flow in your life. And without trying, you can tell people of who God is and God's grace and love when we allow that love and joy to just naturally be a part of who we are. It can tell a story.
I love that so much. I have like 50 thoughts. I could talk about this for years. That's probably not great for people listening who have things to do. But I mean, I have, I texted your wife about this the other day because when Sammy was little, I found this artist who I had known, a Christian artist who I'd known previously, but she has this whole kind of series of albums that are really geared towards like kids, like family life. Like they're just it's like calm, almost background music.
Okay.
It's very sweet, mostly covers, a few like original songs. But her name's JJ Heller. Love me some JJ Heller. And there's one song that is an original song to her called Ordinary Days, which we were just talking about this. So this coming Sunday is the last Sunday in ordinary time in the liturgical calendar.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And ordinary time is just sort of this space between after Pentecost up to Advent.
Right. And then the church calendar
restarts. Right.
Restarts.
And I mean, I'm not trying to be super churchy about it, but those ordinary days, in the song, she's talking about, I just hit the mic. That probably made a weird noise. Sorry, guys. Talk with my hands. In the song, she talks about the ordinary stuff of days and how she's like soaking them up. Like just the way the sunlight comes in or the little hands going through the drawers in the kitchen or whatever. And it's like, I even have like, Stephen gave me a necklace for Christmas that says Ordinary Days on it. And I just think that's such like, I'll see if I can link something to like Spotify or whatever, but I really do encourage people to go and find it, maybe especially if you're in a season of raising kids right now. Yeah, it's just such a beautiful soundtrack, but I feel like it is sacramental. It's holy. Yeah, in the ordinariness of it. Yeah, of God's goodness just sort of being so ingrained in the whole world. Yeah, like it just is that when we are able to see it, it starts to fill us up too, and then it becomes this circular. It's just a really cool. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It's yeah.
Well, and I think that it raises that awareness, right, of like just seeing what we talk about all the time of this grace of God being everywhere, and it doesn't mean everything's always great and hunky dory, but
literally nothing is for me right now, and yet also it is. Yeah. Like. I mean, I'm sitting in the middle of like a fire, but also there's like really beautiful stuff. Yeah. It turns out it doesn't have to be one or the other.
Yeah. Well, and I'll say this, if you feel like it's hard, come with us into the season of Advent. Yeah. Because that's what Advent's all about. Yeah. It's preparing yourself, retraining yourself to re-see some of this when we've lost it.
I mean, way to like bring it around.
I knew. I could see. I saw it.
That's why you are the boss.
That's
why you are the big boss. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And in this sort of semi-rambling conversation, we hope that you have found some inspiration and encouragement for yourself and for your family. If you'd like to get our podcast delivered directly to you each week, you can subscribe or follow us on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or Spotify. For more information about Katy First and upcoming events for your family, you can visit our website at katyfirst.org. In fact, if you would like to know specifically about our upcoming Advent and Christmas, you can go to katyfirst.org/Advent. Right? I got it right? Okay, good. Mm-hmm. Mostly importantly, we want you to know this, that in the middle of your ordinary, messy life, whatever that looks like for you right now, that you are not alone, you are doing a good job, and you are so loved.
And we hope to see you on Sunday. You may be traveling for Thanksgiving or so. Join us online. And then the following week begins Advent, November 30th. We've got a tree lighting event on the 30th at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yeah. Stick around after worship this coming Sunday to help us decorate.
Great.
Kids and youth can make some decorations for our family tree that goes in the Connection Center.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can make it pretty.
Yeah. We hope to see you Sunday. Otherwise, have a great week.